What's up, G Show Land? This is G1, and this is not a podcast. This is just a quick reaction video on Godzilla sitting on the edge of battle. I just finished watching it. I'm not going to go into a spoiler review. This is going to be short and to the point. I'm not going to go any reviews, just reactions, no spoilers, none of that. I'm going to do that with a panel later on, either today or tomorrow. So I want to talk about that, and I also want to talk about that conceptual, that maquette of a bird that looks like a certain thunderbird, pterodon, whatever you want to call it, the Dawn of the Skies, Rodan, from Legendary, that also dropped last week. I just want to, touch on that a bit. But first, let me just talk about this city on the edge of battle. The latest edition of Netflix GODZILLA movies, the animated movies coming out, dropped today. I watched it literally. I just finished about 20 minutes ago. I was trying to compose my thoughts, so my initial reaction is, honestly, I wasn't blown away by it the way I was the first one. The first one I thought was really, really good, and then this one, I don't know, man. I was just like, what? All right. I mean, I liked it. I did, but I didn't. It's not like something I'm gonna watch all the time. The first one I could go back and I can watch, just sit down and watch it. This one, I don't know, man. It was just a lot of hits and misses for me. I really liked certain things, and then I really didn't like other things. So it was like a precarious balance. And for me personally, I felt like it kind of just it didn't hit the mark for me. I've seen some reviews already up. I've seen some people within the fandom who said they enjoyed it, and that's cool. I ain't mad at that. I don't know. I'm on the fence with this one, and I guess when I do have a whole panel and we talk about this in depth, I could coalesce these feelings into what I really feel. But just a couple of things that I thought were okay, and a couple of things that I thought weren't that good. I thought the plot was all over the place. It was like, what's going on? Like, they kept going from here to there, and there were certain things that I was really interested in. For example, the end of the last one had Haruo with a native of Earth. Someone, a descendant, someone who survived after 20,000 years. And I was like, oh man, next one's going to kick into high gear. It's going to be dope. And some of the trailers I've seen implemented that. And I'm like, okay, hinted at that. I was like, here we go. And I just felt like that wasn't even a big deal in the plot. And then the way they were used later on in the movie, I was just sitting there scratching my head like, what's going on? So I was I was really looking forward to that. And then they started it off with that. And I'm like, all right, cool. But then, I don't know, it just fell by the wayside. So I was kind of like, all right, well, scratch that. The rest of the stuff that they were doing in the meantime, I just, like, certain things I liked, certain things I didn't like. Them finding what they find and everything. Again, spoilers, I'm not going into it. I was like, all right, cool, here we go. And then it just went into, like, I don't know. It just got boring. And that was one of the things that kind of bothered me, too, because Godzilla's really not in this film until, like, the end. And that's kind of, like, that wasn't the case in the last one. The last one, I think, had a more compelling story. Like, this kid's quest for vengeance and to take back the planet. I was in. I'm going to kill Godzilla. I don't care. It can be done. We're going to do it. I was so invested in that. And like I said in the review of that one, I really liked the idea of, like, seeing future tech going up against Godzilla in a different form. In this case, animation. So it was something new for me, something fresh, something different, and I enjoyed that. This one, again, I wouldn't have had a problem if Godzilla showed up at the end of the movie. I wouldn't have had a problem with that if what I got up to that was okay and compelling. And I didn't feel the same way I did in the first one. So I was a little upset. But the things I do like, I mean, Godzilla, once he's on screen, it's fucking good, man. It's good. I was having a fun time. Like, get him. And there's some good, there's some really good stuff there. There's some really, really good stuff in that whole sequence of context. And one more thing that before I, wrap this part up, one more thing I thought was really good, honestly, is the music. I enjoyed, for whatever it is, I enjoyed the soundtrack for both of these movies so far. I really did enjoy it. When when they get into the city and the nanotech starts to bring everything back online or whatever the case may be, there's this crazy, synth music that starts going nuts, and I was like, wow, I was like bopping my head. And once again, I think the end credit music, that song, just like in the first anime, I don't know what it is, man, but I just get knocked out by it. KO'd me, floored me. I loved it. I love that music a lot. So kudos to that. Otherwise, man, I'm on the fence with this one. This is just a reaction. So when we get into the full-blown review and spoilers, I'll get into more in depth with things that I was like, wow. But as of right now, I'm just like, okay, I've seen it, and I guess we wait for the next one, the third and final installment, which I really hope is better. But that's that. Now I want to jump into something, the controversy going on for the past week after the first official image from Godzilla 2 dropped. And we did a podcast, me and G73 did a whole podcast on that, and you heard how crazy excited I was and just like unabashedly gushing with glee because I love that image, and I still do. Well, right after that, if I'm not mistaken, the next day, this picture pops up, and G73, my main man, sends that to me through Messenger, and it's and you can see the picture here now as I'm talking. I'll have this up on the video. It's a bird. It's a clay sculpt of a bird of prey. And I'm telling you, at first glance, the first thing that pops into your head is, oh shit, is that Rodan? Because that's the first thing that popped into my head, of course, because G73 sent it to me, and that's my Godzilla compatriot on the G-Show page. Of course, that's the first thing I'm going to think of. But let's be for real here. You look at this picture, god damn, there's a lot of Rodan characteristics here. A lot. And I understand what some people are saying, well, I'm not going to say nothing until it's officially confirmed by Legendary. I'm cool with that. No doubt about it. I'm not saying this is Rodan. I am saying that if it is Rodan, that is dope. That is dope. And so I got no problem with it. But I'm also not blind to the fact that it looks like Rodan, with the exception of a couple of features. I mean, and this is not a full image, so we don't even get the whole thing. But honestly, at first glance, if you're a Godzilla fan, at first glance, if Rodan doesn't pop into your mind, I don't know. That, maybe you just don't like Rodan. Again, Rodan's my second favorite monster, so I know the design. I love it. So when I seen it, boom, Rodan. But there's just so many just cool characteristics to this that remind me of Rodan. I mean, it's got the two-horned crown on the head, and people say, well, birds of prey look like, no, not really. Rodan had that. The original Rodan had that. Fire Rodan and Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 93, he had 3-horn crown. But the crown is there. If you look at the back, if you look at the way this thing's back is, right? And it's armor plating there. That's another thing for me that's like a dead giveaway. The armor plating there. That reminds me actually of the original Rodan's chest. The armor plating on the chest. They just took it backwards. Now it's very hard to see the chest area in this picture, in this maquette. But, I mean, the armor on its back, that reminds me of Rodan too. It really does. You can see the way the spikes come out of the chest, not the chest area, but going down the middle of the rows. It really, you take a picture, take a look at the old Rodan and take a look at this thing's back. It's similar. I'm not saying it's the same thing, but it's very similar. It's a little nod in my opinion. Now, again, I didn't find this image, and G73 does all the work for us at the G Show when it comes to getting these pics and stuff and shit that hasn't come out yet. But what he told me afterwards was, a little bit afterwards, from when this picture was released, that the image was taken down, then I guess the Twitter handle that tweeted it out was deleted. I don't know. I'm not on Twitter. I don't follow anything on Twitter, so I'm taking my man's word for it. That's another indication in my book that this could have been a leaked image of Rodan, and maybe this isn't the final design, right? Maybe this is one of those things they were just conceptualizing, but that's a beautiful sculpt regardless. Like somebody put some time and effort into this sculpt, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So all that combined, it leads me to believe that, yeah, this might be it, and I'm not mad at it. And if it's not it, then I'm really looking forward and excited to see what they have in store for Rodan. One more thing I wanted to point out, too, because I know a lot of people were beefing about this, is the wings. They look like feathers on the bottom of the wings, and they're like, well, Rodan shouldn't have feathers. It should be like bat wings and things to that nature. And I'm cool. I get it. I understand. I hear you people. I hear it. But if you go back and look at some of the original Rodan concept art, some of the original Rodan puppets and maquettes, they kind of have little. It looks like that, not as blatantly spaced out as that. Those look like feathers, but it's there. It is there. It is there. You can't tell me. You can't deny it. It's there. So that could be another little cool nod to it. So again, I'm not saying this image is Rodan, but I'm just saying for people who are like, well, I'm not gonna say it's Rodan because it hasn't been confirmed. Just have fun with it. Why can't you just have fun with it? Why you gotta be all uppity up, Mr. Tight Pants, and stick up your butt? Come on, man. Come on. We're all G fans here. We're all happy to be G fans, especially in this time when we're getting so much shit. It's just Godzilla week. All right, we got Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle dropping today. Whether you like it or not is up to you, but it's Godzilla and it's in our face. It's on Netflix. It's in our house. You have a subscription service. You already got it. And then Saturday is Comic-Con. We are going to get some Godzilla stuff at Comic-Con. It's confirmed. We got the first image already. And then we've got this, maybe it's Rodan, maybe it's not, awesome picture of a freaking bird of prey. And we'll find out whether or not Rodan is confirmed this Saturday. So it's just I'm super excited. I'm like, seriously, you can hear it. I can't even collect my thoughts at times, especially now. It's early in the morning too, but it's a good time to be a G fan. It really is. And whether this thing is Rodan or not, just enjoy the visual, man. I want this toy. Even if that's not Rodan, I wish McFarlane Toys would make this thing so I can own it, because I'm in love with this picture. I really am. I love that picture. But anyhow, that'll do it for this little quick thing. I just wanted to get it up there and talk about this stuff. Just a heads up, Saturday I will be live streaming during Comic-Con. So it's not going to be just Godzilla stuff. It's going to be Comic-Con in general. Anything that pops up in regards to the DC Cinematic Universe, I don't think Marvel's going to pop up, but if Marvel shows anything or has any kind of a presence, I'll be talking about that. I'm looking forward to seeing more from Venom. I'm looking forward to seeing anything from Hellboy, because I completely forgot about that. I'm pretty sure they'll have a little presence there, so I'm looking forward to that. And if you're a geek in that nature, in that line, outside of the Godzilla fandom, please feel free to join us during the live stream. Comment, yell at us, give us thumbs down, give us thumbs up, praise us, whatever you want to do, man. Get in on the conversation. We'll bullshit. The convention thing that I'm gonna get in on starts at 10:30 Pacific time, so that's probably when I'll probably get on at 10:15. I'm not sure yet, but just know we will be doing something on Saturday, especially for Comic-Con. And then I'll have guests come on throughout the day, and especially around the time Legendary gets up there and does their panel. It's a 3-hour Warner Brothers panel. Legendary's in there somewhere. So just be patient with us. And again, there's going to be a lot of talk about a lot of different things. But once that Godzilla stuff starts coming down the pipe, everything gets wrapped up and we start talking about the Godzilla stuff. So that'll do it for me. I think I went a little bit over than I wanted to go, but that's all right. You know what? I enjoy this stuff, and I enjoy you guys. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Actually, I can't believe it, so I appreciate y'all. Keep them likes coming. If you know other people, man, share this video. Let them know, hey, they got some guy over here talking about Godzilla. Sounding like he's from New York. I am from New York, but I live in Vegas. Anyhow, do all that stuff, man. I am G1. I'll talk to y'all all later. Peace.